Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about the Octatrack today, the reasons why I got it. It might not be the reason why you think I bought it. You might think that I got it to make beats, and that is, of course, a valid assumption. I definitely like to make beats with it, but that's not the reason why I got it. I got it because there's a lot more things that you can do with an Octatrack than just make beats. So beats is like the last reason that I bought it. One of the cool things about the Octatrack is that you can use it as an effects box. You can literally just design your effects inside of the machine, and there's a lot of ways to use effects inside of the Octatrack. Because of the step sequencer, you can automate steps with effects. It's really, the Octatrack again is a very deep machine, man. You can get lost in this thing. So everything is connected to my mixer right here, the Tascam, and it's just easy to route signals. If I want to send something from the MPC to the Octatrack, I can do that. It's super easy. It's like a patch bay in a sense, that you can just send signals into the Octatrack, do your little thing inside of the Octatrack, send the sounds back into the MPC. I didn't buy the Octatrack to replace an MPC or anything like that. I'm an MPC head. You guys know I love my MPC. The Octatrack is pretty cool when it gets to making beats, but I just prefer the MPC hands down. There's no way that I would switch from an MPC to an Octatrack. So I can have a session inside of the Octatrack just filled with effects. And I can say that, okay, I want to send this sample into my Octatrack, which is on my channel. It's actually on my subgroup 1. So I'll send it to 1, it hits the Octatrack, I'll design whatever I want inside of it, send it back into the MPC, just resample it. So it's like this effects box that is right here. So you basically create projects with effects inside of it, and then just recall it at any time. So that's one of the things that you can do with the Octatrack. Use it as an effects box. Mostly I'm using it as an effects box for the Rhodes. The other thing is that you can use it as a MIDI sequencer. Again, another thing that you can do with the Octatrack. And I got the Moog right there. So this Moog has 3 synths inside it. So I can use the Octatrack to send MIDI notes into these 3 synths that I have here and just create beautiful things by using the step sequencer. One of the great things about Electron products in the Octatrack is the step sequencer. It's really fun to use. Like that's the beauty of the Octatrack. It's just or Electron products. It's just a fun step sequencer that you can just change parameters and try things. Another thing that it's great and that I like using, that's like where I'm at right now. I'm trying to understand how to use it for live performances. So I can say that if I make a beat on the MPC, I can say that my drums go into channel 1 and 2 of the Octatrack, and all the other sounds go into channels 3 and 4. So you got 2 inputs, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And then I can design effects for live performances by using the scenes and by using the fader here. I can just, create very powerful live performances. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to design these things. I got to give a shout out to EasyBot, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name of the channel. Also sending out a shout out to Sunwoo. He's the one that kind of jump started me on the Octatrack. He gave me a few tips on how to work. So shout out to both of them. I've been following them for tips on the Octatrack, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to create these live performance projects inside the Octatrack so I can just have fun with my beats. Right now, all I'm doing is I'm not even making beats with the Octatrack. I'm just using it in the studio for all of these other purposes, which I think the Octatrack really shines, man. I think it's really is meant for so much more than making beats. Should you buy one? So let's get into this question as well. Like, should you buy one? I don't even know what to say to people because this is an extremely hard machine to learn, all right? And if you're like me, you have other machines that you work with, sometimes it gets hard because you really have to dedicate a lot of time to the Octatrack to learn it. There's always stuff happening. I get this a lot with the Octatrack. Like, I might have hit a button by mistake and it changes everything inside the machine. Sometimes there's menus over menus over menus and there's key combinations. Sometimes stuff happens that you don't know why they happened and you're kind of like, you're stuck. You have to go back and watch tutorials. I've watched tutorials, the same tutorial like, I don't know, 20 times. I'm still going to watch them again and again because it's just, it's small little things that if you forget to kind of hit a button, things don't work. It's a very deep machine, a very hard machine to learn. It's not something that I'm going to say to anyone, buy an Octatrack. Like an MPC, I know that it's, you know, it's even though an MPC is a very deep machine, I know it's kind of easy and more user-friendly than an Octatrack. Like if someone would ask me, should I buy an Octatrack? I don't know what to tell them because it's a very hard machine to work. And I know there are a lot of videos out there trying to demystify the complexity of the Octatrack. I'm sorry, but it's just a very complex machine. There's a lot of things in there that don't work in the most common or conventional way of other samplers. It's really, it has its own idea. It has its own concept. And it's why it fits so well with all the rest of these machines because there's so much else that you can do with it besides just making beats. To be honest, I haven't touched it in like a couple of weeks because like I just got fed up. But I'm not going to give up on it. I feel like there's a lot of value in this machine. So I'm going to stick to it because I know there's a lot I can do with it, but I got to learn it. And there's all these combinations and I mean, I'm sure that once I get to that level of understanding, it's going to be a breeze. You know, I understand everything that's happening. But right now, if something fails when I'm making a beat, I just don't know where that problem is coming from because I don't know the machine that well. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't say to anyone, buy an Octatrack to make beats with. Probably not. Maybe go to a Octatrack. I believe that's way easier to work. But again, like that complexity of the Octatrack I think is what makes the Octatrack beautiful. It's like a scientist machine to me where you just get lost trying to create transitions, trying to create effects, trying to create all these modulation possibilities with the step sequencer. It's really a deep machine, but you got to dedicate yourself to it. Otherwise, you're going to get frustrated. You know, you got to take it easy. And that's what I've been doing. And but that's what the Octatrack is here in the studio for. It's a machine that serves a bunch of purposes. Let me know what ways you use your Octatrack. I would love to hear what kind of things you use it for, because I know this is like a machine that you can really put it anywhere in the studio and use it. Let me know what you use it for. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you on the next one. All right, peace.